Hello guys and welcome back. So at this moment I'm still in the Colenso project doing some painting, touching up small bits like this, filling up. Yeah, as you can see the room it's looking a little bit different from the last time. We add the skirtings and I will still need to put that over there in the chimney. There is going to be another bit that is going to go with that, and we are just going to put it in and make it good all around. So at the moment I will just have to finish with these small bits and pieces like the skirting and small stuff like that. I was thinking it's a good idea to let you in on that, and why not making another video. So anyway, without any further ado, let's just finish this room. And voila, the fireplace is back. So now I will have to put another bit on top. So this fireplace has another bit that is going to go on top of that, so we can hold everything together. And I'm going to finish my job. Then I don't know, maybe they are going to change the floor. I don't know exactly what is going to happen there, but my job is to put it back at this moment. Then who knows. Now on to this project, it was a lot of changing of mine, so I don't know exactly what is going to happen in the future. Now this fireplace was staying a lot too close to the wall, and it was a gap in front, so I'm trying to bring it a little bit forward, and I just put some timber at the back. So that is done for now. Just need to put the skirting in and I just had more stuff coming in. This is going to be for the bay window, and I will need to install one here and another one upstairs. These small bits and pieces are taking usually longer. You lose a lot of time with these small pieces, but it's to do them. Alright, so I'm just going to leave this room for now, and I'm going to prepare the second room right here. Still need to rub down all these walls. We already done it one time and we applied the mist coat, but then I saw that the plaster, it's very bad. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a lot of brush marks on it, and that is going to give me a lot of problems. Instead, this other one is nice and smooth, but that one, I don't know what they've done when they plaster it, but it's quite bad, and it's everywhere. At least half of this wall, starting from here, you can see all these brush marks that are very bad. So now, when I had to do my first rub down on that wall, it was a light rub down, but if I knew then that the wall is going to be that bad, I would have rubbed down a little bit more, and I wouldn't have this problem in this moment. So like I was saying, I need to take most of that paint off now by rubbing it down, and that it's a little bit of time consuming. So okay, I'm just going to start to prepare that one. I already done some repairs on these other walls, and soon it's going to be ready for the second coat. Oh man, I think that is the worst plaster that I ever saw. I don't know what's going on here, but it's a lot of imperfections and bad way to put the plaster on. Now, I'm not a plasterer. I'm still doing some plaster here and there, and my plaster is going to be much better than that one. And usually, if you are not sure that the plaster is going to be 100% done properly, then you have to paint it. It's as easy as that. Usually when I plaster, I'm also going to paint. I don't want for no one to have to suffer because the plaster was done badly. So at this point I think I'm still going to rub down a little bit, and then whatever imperfection is going to be showing, I'm just going to fill it up. Alright, so back to the rubbing down. So next step to do here, just going to cover the small gaps and imperfection with some coke, decorator's coke. And what I mean, I'm just going to pass a little bit on all these lines here that we can see. And I'm just going to use that and a sponge with water. I just changed the gun because the other one is bad. Much better. Okay, so done with that. Now the skirting looks a little bit better and it's ready for primer. But before that, I'm just going to start to paint these walls all around and see how it's going to go. Now, because I rubbed down a lot, maybe some of this is just going to start to peel off. Hopefully not. If not, that is going to give me a lot of trouble. And at the moment, I'm not having a light, and I'm just working with this light here. And the camera is not going to record very well, so I'm really sorry about that. Alright, so exactly as expected, it's starting to peel off. So yeah, that's what you get when you are trying to bend the rules. So I prepared here some more primer. I just put a little bit of paint with about 30% water, and I shouldn't get that problem anymore. So I'm just going to roll it with my mini roller in the spots that you can see the plaster. So I'm just going to touch up, and then I'm going to apply the thick coat of paint. So you see, try not to bend the rules, because you might get that, and that is going to be even more work at this point, because I will have to remove all that, all the peeling, rub it down and redo it again. Yeah, I think that will do. Now I don't have any more problems. I will still need to rub it down and fill this wall anyway, so it's not going to be such a big deal. But yeah, you saw what it can happen. Now I'm just going to go around and I will touch up all the filler, all the repairs that I've done, and I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to get the same problem the second time. Okay, so back on the job. This is the second day of the things that I'm trying to do. So the second day now. I finished late last night, so I put a coat on all of these walls and we start to primer the skirtings also. And we've done some repairs here with wood filler all around. And I still need to prepare this wall here, which is still quite bad. It doesn't look that bad, but when you go very close to it, you can see a lot of imperfections, and I don't like to leave it like that. Now, the owner told me just to leave it because it might be that he's going to put wallpaper on. But I'm still going to try my best to do a nice finish on that one. Now, at this time it's quite late because my van wasn't starting this morning, so I had to hire a platform and I had to leave it to my mechanic, and hopefully in a couple of hours I will go back and pick it up. Meanwhile, I'm just going to fill that wall over there, and I already prepared some filler there. It's an easy fill, and that one is going to be easy to rub down. And before doing anything else, I'm just going to fill that one. So let's start. And voila, that is definitely not a painter's job, that it's around 70% of that wall filled. It's almost as another coat of skin went on, and all of that needs rubbing down and miscoated again and repainted. Now I thought that is a good idea just to take the bull by the horns and just do the whole lot instead of going on small bits and pieces. Now I already told you why I've done that, because in many places you are going to see all these bumps, let's call it like that, and you can see where is the dark side. That means it was a scratch there or a hole. So instead of doing small bits and pieces, I just done everything. I'm going to rub it down, re-prepare it, and repaint the whole wall again. Now that's when you have walls like that, now that's when you should call your plasterer back and tell him to replaster the whole lot. And yeah, that was a very bad wall, but it's not going to be any problem because we are here to solve all these problems, even if we don't have to. Now the rule is saying, as a painter, you shouldn't fill a hole bigger than a quarter. I think we've done more than that. And at this point I'm just going to wait for it to dry, and then I'm going to rub it down and repaint it. Okay. Okay, so I'm back now, and the filler seems that it's all dried and ready to be rubbed down. And we have 120 grit here, and we just have to smooth that baby up. Alright, so we are back on this job. Doing all this time, we've done some other small bits and pieces all around the house, like the rails on all the windows. But now we just came back and this is all dried. So at this point I'm just going to rub it down with 120 grit. Then I'm going to apply some of the mist coat and then the final coat. And hopefully we are going to make this wall nice and smooth. I will still need to apply another coat on the ceiling, and pretty much that's it. We already finished the skirting to paint and it's all dried now, but we're still going to apply another coat on it. So yeah, I can rub down that one and paint it without having any problem with the skirting, because we are going to redo it again. So yeah, at this point let's just jump on it. Alright, so we just finished with the rubbing down. Now it's nice and smooth. Hopefully when we are going to put our coats, we are not going to see any more of these lines. And I don't think we will. Now I will just have to clean all that mess here, all this dust. And Mr. Henry is not going to like that. Yes, Mr. Henry is not that happy at this time, at this moment. Alright, so we just finished with that. For now, I'm going to apply the mist coat, leave it to dry, and then apply the second coat. I have to say, at this moment, doesn't look that bad. It's definitely better than before. Not perfect, but much better. Now look at that. It's definitely looking better than before, and it's not even dried yet. So it covered well, the lines, all the lines disappeared, and now we have a nice wall. We still need to put the other coat, and it's going to look even better. Maybe I'm going to do another light rub down before I'm going to apply the other coat. I will see how it's going to go. Just to remove these small imperfections there. And yeah, I'm not going to touch it out at this moment because I'm going to damage it more. So first it will have to go strong, and then just a little bit of sanding, and it's going to be close to perfection. Alright, so now I'm just going to pass on the ceiling. That is a big one. Alright guys, so I just finished with the ceiling. I finished painting the ceiling, and now I'm going to rub down all these walls, including that one, with 120 grit. First time I rubbed down everything with 80 grit because the walls were so bad. And now I'm just going to take out the small imperfections that are on the walls with just 120 grit, and I'm not going to press too much. It's just going to be a light rub. So I'm quickly going to start with that, and I'm just going to do the entire room. Okay guys, so I prepared some of the paint, and now I'm just going to put the final coat all over these walls. Yeah. Okay, so we just finished with the rubbing down, and now I'm just going to put my final coat on all the walls. Now they are all looking good at this moment. They are not looking that bad, but I'm still going to put the final coat on. And of course, after that, I will still need to cut in all around. Now this one was cut already a couple of times in between the ceiling and on the corners, but because I rubbed down, I can still see through a lot of small imperfections. So I will have to redo that again. So yeah, let's jump on it. Okay guys, so I just finished with the painting, at least most of it. I will still need to do some touching up on the skirtings, maybe put another coat on, but I'm just going to leave that for now because I just got that news. Instead of putting the laminate onto this floor, we are going to put luxury click vinyl flooring. And that means I will have to prepare the floor somehow, because it's not possible to put that type of flooring in an unlevel surface. Maybe at a later stage you are going to get some problems. That means I will have to cover all this floor with some ply and then apply the luxury vinyl flooring on it. So that's why we just bring a few pieces of ply in, and that means I will have to cover all this floor with the ply before putting the luxury vinyl flooring on. And it's not a great idea to do something like that with all the walls that are finished, and probably we are going to get some scratches on the skirtings and small bits and pieces like that they will need attention after that. So careful before you are going to take decisions, you know, just stay with them, because if you are going to change your mind at a later stage, you are going to have a small problem like that. Now, I didn't have any problem to bring them in, even if that the door it's quite blocking the way. Now, we didn't have a big problem to just put them in, but I will still have a problem when I'm going to do the cuts, because it's quite difficult to go out and cut them and then bring them back in, because like that I'm going to have even more damages. That means when I'm going to cut here, a little bit of dust is going to go on my walls, and I don't want that. So I will have to work very carefully. Anyway, I think this is the end of this video, because I will have a lot to prepare onto these rooms here. I already done a few other bits and pieces around, like the curtain rails over there, and in this other room, same. We bring all the floor is ready here, and we still need to put the ply also onto this floor. Curtain rails are up. We started to clean a little bit the windows, and of course I will have to lay the ply even on the hallway, and I believe inside that understairs cupboard. So it's still a lot to do here. That's why you can see my other video, which I'm going to do with this floor here. I'm going to start now to prepare it, and you can see all that on the other video. Alright guys, so at this point I will have to say, don't forget to like and subscribe this time. Just press that like button and the subscribe button, and of course see you on the next one.